All right, guys, what's happening today? Today, I'd like to discuss the Raw 100 Mini. I think this is a very underutilized servo, and I'd like to give you guys some applications you can utilize it in, and also get your minds thinking on how you can utilize this in the next project you're doing. Obviously, it's a mini servo. It's not micro 9.9 size, and it's not 10 scale size. It's mini. It's its own size of servo. We obviously have it in the black and raw, and a couple specs on the servo. At 7.4 volts, you're going to get 95 ounces of torque and a 0.1 transit speed. At 8.4 volts, you're going to get 103 ounces and you're going to get a 0.08 transit speed. A lot of great numbers for such a small servo. So one of the awesome parts is we also came out with the Raw 100 mount. So this allows you to take a mini servo, plug it into these holes here, and this is full 10 scale mount. Thinking, why would I run a tiny servo on 10 scale? I'm gonna give you a couple options now. This is basically allowing you to run this lower profile and lower budget servo on something that you don't need max performance out of. I'm not saying drop this into your built base camp to save a couple bucks. I'm saying run this in your Tamiya CC02 crawlers where you're not getting optimal performance anyways, or a couple other builds that we're going to discuss right now. So we have our Tama Rally BUG. We built this to run with a couple buddies around an oval track. It's a very budget friendly truck. I think it's 205 bucks or something like that out the door. So you don't want to take that and drop a full race spec servo in here because it's not really needed. We're still running brushed ESC and brush motor, but what our Raw 100 allowed us to do was mount it in this 10 scale application. So you can see we have the Raw 100 here and we have the Raw 100 mount. So allowing us to run a 10 scale application with a Run 100 mini servo. It's great for this. This is just going to be ran around the track a little bit. We're not getting optimal performance. If any of you have ran this truck, you know it's not like a full spec race rig. It's not going to do anything crazy. And this is the perfect option for it. Basically, we wanted something that allows us to display this awesome body and run around with our friends. A few other applications you have is the Traxxas Mini Evo. This is our Traxxas Mini Evo that we're going to be doing a build series on soon. But the nice part is the stock Traxxas servo is a direct fit for our Raw 100 Mini. The stock linkage perfectly fits in. The servo horn perfectly fits because it is a 10 scale spline. So the nice part is you undo these two bolts here, you pop out the servo horn, and this drops right into this application. And to show it dropped into this application, I have one of the projects we're working on here, which is a mini slash, which is basically a mini Revo with smaller tires. So as you can see, we're running our Raw 100 Mini in here, and it retained all of the factory locations. So the servo horn's the same, the servo linkage is the same. It's a very simple direct drop-in. The crazy part is Traxxas gives you two locations for the Raw 100 in here. So you can turn your Raw 100 into a Raw 200 if you're so inclined. It's not needed at all. This stock servo, I mean, this servo is going to blow our stock servo out of the market. I mean, you're getting way more torque than Traxxas is giving you stock. One of my favorite applications for this comes in the form of the Vanquish Ready to Run Phoenix, or any of the Vanquish Phoenixes for that matter. This is our Vanquish Phoenix. This is our rental ride. So obviously you know, and if you don't know, we have reef crawl nights every other Friday night at the Reefs Crawl House, which is an awesome good time. We have about 30 to 40 people that come out, run their trucks, drive their drift cars, have a great time at our shop. Make sure to follow us on social media and check the website. We post up tickets almost every other week. Our next one will be in January. We're taking some time off for the holidays, but if you haven't been, it's a great time. I'll link the videos down below of the crawl nights that we've had. It's a pretty good time. Back to the Phoenix. So this is our rental Phoenix. So if you show up to the shop and you don't have a crawler, or if your crawler breaks early on, we have this one to rent. And as you can tell, it's pretty scratched up. It's pretty beat up. It's had a good time on the course. So the coolest part about this is you can run our Raw 100 and our mounts in the factory locations on this to give yourself the dig and overdrive that the Phoenix offers without breaking the bank and running a full-size servo. It helps with weight saving, and it helps, not break the bank running a full-size servo in here. The nicest part about these is they run a 10 scale servo spline, so you can run our 10 scale horns and it puts everything in the factory location. So instead of buying your 299 or your 422, whatever you plan to run, you just pick up a Raw 100 and the mount flips right in there and you have a much better option for this truck if you're looking to stay budget friendly. Obviously, if you want to blow it out of the water, run a 299, run a 422, I mean, hell, run a 900, it's up to you. I will link below the build video for this where we show us installing these, as well as our big baller, which is our full Vanquish kit, which we're running 299s in for shift and dig. But this truck gets ran every other Friday night, probably has more time on it than most of your trucks sitting in your garage, and it is still kicking butt with the Raw 100s in there. So if you guys are looking for a budget-friendly option for your non-performance-based rigs, or for any of your mini rigs, the Raw 100 and the mini mount is your best bang for the buck. I will link them obviously below and have all of that information. If you have any questions, please make sure to comment below. If you haven't done so already, like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.